Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That's me, the babbler. That's me on this evolutionary spree of an uprise. You see, as I am listening to spirit once again, and this time I'm just like feeling humorous. So I kind of get what this video will be about. It's kind of like, you know, an explosion of the energies that are playing and intermingling with all of us human beings on this planet, you see. So here enters I on some like ultimate kind of high, and just connected as I to here share in my own experience of my own self evolution, as you can see, because I was over here like, you know, minding my own business and just connecting with myself, because that is what I do best, and that is what I you know, strongly am a big advocate on, where we all should interconnect with selves, you see, for it is part of this mastery of an uplifting energy that exists in your own core center universe that is so inner powerful and wonderful, and oh my god, so delicious, especially when you are interdialing up and connecting with self, you know. So I was over here like just minding my own business, like I said, and I was just like, you know, shuffling my own decks for me in my own life, communicating, you see, as I enter into my own space, my own domain, my own center, you know what I'm saying, because I need to, you know, do these kind of things. For me, it's just so natural, you see. I'm explaining it to break it down, but like it's just so natural to just do these kind of things, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so today has been such an uplifting kind of energetic day, especially with the influence of, you know, in Western astrology. I'm gonna go out and play with this dynamic of the Virgo snow, let's call it snow moon, full moon, super moon that is being exalted and, you know, experienced at this time. And I just think about the energies that get spiraling out in every kind of way, that it's like, you know, we all engage in some kind of way, and, you know, mindful am I in every kind of way, because what can I say, I vibe that kind of way. So yeah, so cool. So, you know, I'm like over here like just like spirit, I hear you, I listened, okay. And so like, you know, I was shuffling my own, you know, and hearing and listening to something else, like, you know, another angel divine, like just offering like, you know, insight and inner advice, you know, listening to that and feeling that, and then having it connect with that, and I receive, you know, the fairy of growth. I'm like, the fairy of growth, I get it. And then not to forget 3, this is 6, right? 6, yeah, 33, 6. But anyways, cool. So sorry. Swirl back to this space of a place so that I do not forget my own spacing, because, you know, space cadet I can certainly be. So yeah, anyways, hot mess is me. So yeah, so I received that, and I'm like, okay, cool, this is like really, really cool. And then also with the Lady of Leprechauns, which for me too, I've been just having massive, like, just implodes of just my own connections with the elementals, and just the confirmations and the confirmations that I continuously receive. I'm sharing that's between you and me, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, this is a judge-free zone too, you know, we are all entitled to connect however we vibe to connect. So, you know, this is all like sinking in. I'm like, I get it, you know. And it even made me go and read a card. But prior to this even experience, I had seen 555 transformation time, right? If you want to go into the number module of just a lot of things, of just the synchronicities of, you know, making your own connection to things at this time for the Virgo snow full moon, or whatever super full moon that is also occurring, the energies that, you know, are being that are swirling all around, and the mastery, you know, that even I too have found, to note that for so many, you know, strong moon like experiences worldwide that we all share in whatever kind of way, no matter if you follow Western or Vedic or, you know, whatever that may be. Like I say, infused it too, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's not, we're gonna only talk about Western for right now today, but not when I infuse my own, you know, interconnect in any kind of way. I infuse everything that I know up until date, like it's like a computer in that kind of way, like, you know, download, upload, implode, and you know, that's what happens. So okay, version 4.0. So things are about to get really juicy. This is another thing, just like a little heads up on an addiction that afflicts all really old souls. Okay, giving love eventually becomes an even greater need than receiving love. See, you're not strange. Love the universe, which I do. I must say that I am having the most fun in my entire life. Yeah, like seriously, dwell on what you love. Only. And it takes a practice. It takes discipline. It takes you making a motherfucking effort to put into practice what you need to put into practice, so that you too can have fun all the time. Okay, because that's about what the fairy of growth is. And if I tell you my sad stories, okay, which there are plenty that I can feed, here's my sad stories. Do you hear me? I could do that. I've done that. What service does it serve for me to dwell on the sadness of life when I can dwell on what I love only? You know what I mean? Connected with these elementals are fun, little trickster, little mofos sometimes, you know, but they make me laugh, you know? So, and then, okay, so we go back into the Western side of things, okay? The little leprechauns, what does she bring? But anyways, going back into the Western side of things, we will do that. Oh, you will be so surprised. Okay, ask with love, and their answer may surprise you. Yeah, whatever their answer, be happy, and this may surprise them. Hi, it's love, and I, the universe. Oh my God. You're gonna be surprised. It feels good. Oh, and then I have pulled one of these, right? I was like, before this, I know I'm going all over the place, but you know, swirl back. There's so much happening simultaneously in life, and this is kind of what you got to get hips with in any kind of way, to be able to receive everything simultaneously in every kind of way, and be conscious of every single receipt possible. There's so much occurring. Oh my God. My future is glorious. I now live in limitless love, light, and joy. All is well in my world. What about yours? Fun. My future is glorious. You know, only focus on what you love. I can focus on right now about, you know, any kind of thing that does not suit me. But why? Why? When my future's glorious. You know what I mean? You will be smart. I will be smart. And I used to always say that nobody can ever surprise me, because I know everything. In my world. You know? And no surprise. Even surprise party. Everybody may think I may play along just because, you know, I feel bad knowing on tape, man. For the first time ever, I really, dude, I could be surprised. See, I could get emotional, but I'm not. Cover my face. Ah, you glow, we beam. In case anyone should ask, your heart isn't so large because of your wings. It's your wings that are so large because of your heart. sometimes loving so much can be pretty heavy. Indeed. Thanks for all you've shared. Oh my god, like confirmation for me right now, because you know I do too. Like, you know, when I press record, this is a whole evolution of me coming out that feels so free to be able to even hit record, you know, and just be so me. You know what I mean? So that being said, I can't fucking read because my eyes are so worried. P.S. It's just another one of those nutty body algorithm. I can't even of things, yeah. I'm so blurry. They look like 3 words. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So, with that. Oh, and then in Western astrology, my rising is in Virgo, and this is the full moon in Virgo. And let's not, like, you know, forget that my moon is in Pisces, which is Virgo's polar opposite. So imagine. And, you know, yeah, you know, forgive my theatrics. No, don't forgive my theatrics. It is how I feel like freaking communicating. So yeah, so right, so I'm like, okay, this is like so cool. Like, you know, there's a lot of like cosmic shit going on. And then I go back into, you know, other moments of just like physical ailments. Oh, dears, some of you, my dears, may be experiencing a lot of like, you know, maybe even queasiness, tiredness, moodiness, calmness, in extreme sense. There's a load of you that are just calm right now, which is great. That's a good place to be. You know, a good place to be. But, you know, there's a lot of things that are heavy. Get the rest that you need. Absolutely. You know, breathe. It's so important. Like, even if you just do it, like, you know, never mind how many times, how long of a time, or, you know, how much time you devote to something. Just, you know what to do. But it's the quality of time that you take to give to anything that you do. And that, my friends, is going to be the absolute ingredient that is absolutely needed to be, so that fucking read the cards. In all battles of the heart over the mind, go with your heart. Because truly, it's a lot easier for your mind to catch up with your heart than for your heart to catch up with your mind. A whole lot. Not that I don't love your mind, the universe. I'll let that sink in later, because I was just focused on getting these tears removed from my eyes and being able to fucking read the card at this time. So, yeah. What was I saying? So, this, you know, influence, energetic influence, and then the more that it's absorbed, and the more that it's received, and the more that it's connecting with so many, the air of that becomes even thicker. It becomes a matter over mind. Imagine this. I drew this picture at this time. It was like a cloud of a hive, and above the hive and the ladder to that, and it also looked like an eye. You know, abstract are we in every kind of way to be able to perceive, conceive, understand for your understand, so that you may overstand and do what is in alignment with you consciously too. You know what I'm saying, bros? You know what to do. You know what to do. Okay, in all battles of heart over mind, go with your heart, because your mind be stupid sometimes and be affected by the energetic thick air that be surrounding the mind over the matter that is more dominant in feelings, because it's, you know, dominant. So to be centered in your own like shit is powerful. And breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, like I told the kids. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Yeah, okay. Your heart shoes. If everyone really knew how much they were loved, not only from above, but by those now in their life, their there'll be little hearts drawn on everything from wheelbarrows to skyscrapers to jumbo jets, and I so look forward to that day. Big heart, the universe. I heart you. You know? And sometimes one of the most hardest things to say is like, you know, the person that you should say it to, sometimes you don't. I tend to do, except to the scaredy cats that can't handle it because they're not, you know, equipped, because then they get it twisted too, because, you know, love is this sacred matter, but until they can get into their center core of that, like, kind of splatter of that egg that just, like, went scrambled, you know, and be able to understand that, comprehend for themselves, and be comfortable in that sentiment, and just know that love is love. You know, sometimes you gotta hold back because then people go fucking running away, but then you gotta think about that too. Spiritual set. You gotta check that theory too, because you need to express yourself free. And if someone cannot handle these kind of things and they go running, do you hold on to this through this control substance of something that you do not release from within you, knowing that it's the right thing to do, and you don't do it because you are fearful of what that they go running to because it's too heavy for them to handle? Oh, such scandals. What would love do? Do you know why it's so easy for us in the unseen to quickly pinpoint your whereabouts? Cocos. You leave behind footprints of love. Oh, the universe. P.S. The legend of Bigfoot continues. You know what they say about Bigfoot. Bigfoot on the loops. Create space for new loves. When a thing hurts your eyes, stop looking at it. When it hurts your ears, stop listening to it. And when it hurts your heart, stop justifying it. I love you so much. The universe. See? Gracias. You know? So, yeah. Oh, yes. So, right? I was over here, like, looking at the symbol of Virgo. Virgo, actually, in Western astrology, is my Virgo. My rising is in Virgo. I connect a lot with Virgo too. In Vedic, I'm Leo. Do you see the two infuse? Do you see the schmeedles? The infusions of A and B and C and D is whatever you regurgitate. Okay, serious. Alright, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was like looking at the symbol of Virgo, and it hit me immediately because, you know, that is something that I do truly connect with anyways, is you need me?
Can I have your drink?
No. Yes, I am.
That's the same. Oh no.
I licked the cup. Thanks. So, right, I'm looking at the symbol. Pina colada. Virgin pina colada. Okay. Anyways, and she made it for me with love. So, quickly, because I don't want everyone, I always say I don't want everyone to be so long, but that's what ends up happening because I am Enchantress, the babbler. That is me. On this evolutionary spree of an uprise on some ultimate cosmic high. And I say, hi. Any questions that you have for me, please feel free to, you know, share them. Email me, contact me, whatever it is that you got going, you know, message me. Communication is key to all of this. I just wanted to stop in and say that. But back into that, I was meditating on the symbol of Virgo, right? And bam, 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 bam. What do I see? Runes before me. And I'm just like, wow, look at that. All these messages being received. All I need to do is continue to open my eyes, open my heart, open, you know, just, and let go. Not just open, but let go to this portal, this hole, this 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 tenderness. But anyways, so yeah, on like clockwork, you know, females, you know what I mean. But so if you look at the symbol of Virgo together, it looks like the M rune, right? Which means, the name for it is Ehwaz. Ehwaz. Go check your own pronunciation, okay? Alright? We're not here to criticize how I pronounce Ehwaz. Ehwaz. Literally, which means horse, right? The M. And then next to it, which is kind of like that curve, but together, it forms this symbol minus, that part up here, which is also another rune, right? Yeah. Which means Othala. Othala. Okay? Which means homeland or ancestral lot, inheritance, estate, noble, right? Rune of ancestral spiritual power, divine inheritance, and earthly estate. Remember, runesecrets.com. I'm always up in there, like, for any kind of quick information that you need right here. It's ancestral spiritual power at this time. And then, too, like, for, hold on. During the time of any kind of, like, full moon season and stuff like that, our emotions are heightened. We may feel extra tired, exhausted, moody, schmoody, a little bit like, where everything is just heavier, the air is thicker, things are coming into like clear, focus. But the more that we feel and the more that things are real and the more conscious we are, the more rest we do need. It's a lot to take in, and it's like an overload, please. It's like, I need rest too, you see. And then just the symbol of Virgo, like in itself, astrologically, and just how the M for the horse symbol, like, the mind will trust the body will trust the mind. Literally, horse, esoteric, trust. Rune of harmonious teamwork and trust. Rune of pairs of entities working together for a common goal. Trust between individual entities, sexuality, trust, cooperation, the fetch, animals, teamwork, friendship, harmony, teamwork, trust, marriage, loyalty, a friend, or duplication. Okay? Activating the energies of your inner fetch. Okay, horse. Even imagine just, the idea of like horses. Horses carry the loads. They carry the loads. They do what needs to be done no matter what. They're strong. They're beautiful. Like they're strong. Right? And then you have the quote, the mind will trust the body will trust the mind. And then for the Othala, right? We inherit ourselves. So you have the M and Othala together, like, representing. I'm gonna do a little short my own Virgo. I suck at this. Something like this. Listen. Okay? But you see what I mean? Like, the M and then the Othala. Runes. 2 runes forged, seized together, bonded together, binded together. And representing this astrological figure, Virgo, the virgin goddess, a feminine energy, an earth energy, a grounding energy, a hard-working energy, like the sacrificial energy, the horse energy, carrying the load energy, this sacrifice together. And then the 2 together, the one is like connecting the mind and the body and the body and the mind and all this kind of stuff, becoming into ourselves, integrating. And then the next to it, the Othala, this symbol, which is also like protection too, ancestral, like, we inherit ourselves, this load. After it all, like, we inherit ourselves. household, estate, inheritance, a home or estate, group prosperity, group order, freedom, productive interaction, or like, remember, runesecrets.com, I'm not making this up, I'm reading this off of here. Totalitarianism, slavery, poverty, homelessness, right here, rightful inheritance from ancestral holdings, collection of numinous power and knowledge from past generations, acquisitions of wealth and property, right understanding of global unity, security, safety, protection, the walls of Asgard, ascension to king amongst men, realization of paradise. This within yourself, you inherit yourself, like this quest within, this rune within, this power within, this knowledge within that goes within, this horse, this overload that carries it from external. Just think it's the external weight that weighs you down. This full moon out, like full blown bow. And for all the sensitives out there, the heightened sensitivities that you feel onto this, there's been times that I've been nauseous, I've been so tired, and I'm just like, dishonoring my own temple because I have to work like that horse. You know what I mean? And coming to this place right now, this full moon, super moon, bloom, bling, 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 closest moon to the earth, where we can see this inheritance of ourselves, this moon aspect of ourselves that reveals unto ourselves superbly, like drawing the things out that is time to come out. So that heavy, whatever it is, shadow, light, out of the darkness emerges light, life, gifting, sight. Oh, yes. The realization of one's own paradise, of this load, upload, unload. Othala deals with matters of family, estate, inheritance, and ancestry. Both Fehu and Othala are runes of wealth and continue the cyclical nature of the runes by their positions at first and last. The difference is that Fehu represents mobile, expansive force of money as well as new beginnings, and Othala represents the permanent wealth of immobile property accumulated by yourself and your ancestors over generations. Which, this goes even deeper of just what anything can ever possibly mean when you tie it to anything, but the knowledge that you seek from within, you know what I'm saying? You have to find what resonates with you from within. It's your own genetic makeup of something that exists, the creating the space for new love, existing within yourself.
You're annoying.
But I really like that Othala quote that Rune Secret shares about we inherit ourselves. That's pretty deep. She's like extra. My cat, she's a Virgo too, and like she's like, as you can hear her, like super moon inner powered and just like extra, like just knocking everything over and just like extra lovey-dovey. And no, leave my drink alone. So annoying. But yeah, so I'm actually gonna wrap this up, but I did want to share the Lady of Leprechauns, clear sight, foreknowledge, fairy gifts, which was some kind of connection that I was experiencing to this inner fusing of just how everything just synchronizes when you desire it to. But just be mindful that that this is a time that we are energetically receiving a lot. So be easy on yourself. It's not like you taking a rest ends the world. It's actually needed. That's why we have Shavasana. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the good is hidden, and it's coming on up. Find the good in what they said or asked. It's always there, even if they didn't mean for it to be there. Sherlockly yours, the universe. P.S. Clues for what you want are hidden all around you. Okay? So I want to just thank you. Oh, I said I was going to read the Lady of Leprechauns, right? Who is the Lady of Leprechauns? Hold on, who is the Lady of Leprechauns? To begin to understand this lady, we must look at those whom she protects. The leprechauns themselves. They are tricky beings, sometimes helpful, sometimes misleading, and tellers of tall tales. The leprechaun can be surprised, caught, and very rarely convinced to give up a pot of gold to the lucky captor. It is a rare and lucky person, indeed, who keeps what the leprechaun is forced to give up. If the leprechauns are tricky, their lady is even more so. She holds gifts of fairy in both hands, gifts of knowledge of the future and of clear sight. The crystal ball represents knowledge of the future. Many of us would give a great deal to know what the future holds, and yet such knowledge can be dangerous. I disagree. Knowledge is inner-powering. Don't be misled by the tricks used by the words on these lands that can misconstrue anything that leaves this tongue of any man, woman, child. That is the trick, you see. But what is it that you feel in you so deep? That creeps. Those feelings, those inner knowings, that intuition that you gotta practice and keep on growing. Words will be misleading in every kind of way, but what is it that you feel deep down anyway? That is the ignorance. That is not bliss. It's a diss, okay? When you choose to not acknowledge and you want to miss out on the opportunity that you have to listen on in man, woman. The gift of clear sight may be a wiser choice, for who does not want to see life clearly? The crystal horn is faceted. You can see through only one facet at a time, each giving a different view of the same thing. What to choose? Remember that her gifts are not what they appear to be. Are you listening rather intently to this lady of leprechauns, you see, the mistress of the tricky little things with a pot of gold that you want to behold, to hold what is gold, my friends? Gold repeats itself for me synchronistically at this time. I'm not going to even dive in deep on what that represents for me, but the parts of me that is conscious of this, you see, that I present even to myself without needing any kind of standing ovation for that. I inner clap. That is fact. Remember that her gifts are not what they appear to be. Knowledge of the future and clear sight offered by someone as tricky as this lady may be no more than a glittering illusion. If you come upon this lady, think carefully about what you wish for. Be mindful. There is a lot coming to the surface. Take rest. So many great things are happening. Be joyful. You may be wiser to thank her and walk away empty-handed. The choice is yours. Okay? Think carefully about what you wish for. And that may be said to trigger that fear factor in you. To let go of that too. Why should you fear a future so sound if you are sound within? If anyone can trigger in you some fear factor of a life for you, trigger too, okay? Then dive in deepest into that deepest layer, for the moon is bringing it to the surface for you to see and to release. Release what you don't need. There's no need to fear. When you are conscious, my dears, be proud of that too. Change is always good. Actually, the only effective way of changing another person is by changing yourself. Works every time, guaranteed. Though I'm kind of partial to the way you are right now. Tally ho, the universe, right? Whatever. No, I change every day. I'm always evolutionizing my ways and my reins, and I'm always, keeping it simple. No. But keep it so simple. Old souls use words very sparingly. Not true. Except, of course, for I love, thank you, wow, now, and cool. Okay, wow, I love you, now the universe. P.S. which sounds much better than wow, now, I love you. Sequence is important. Exactly. So, alright. Thank you for tuning in with me, Enchantress, the Babbler, as you can see on this evolutionary spree. So, yes, that was my Rune Talk Virgo westernized version of this Virgo full super snow moon that is occurring here on these lands. I gotta get into the Vedic command and see how that is being represented at this time. I'm not too sure, guys, so that's why I'm not talking about it, because I don't know. And if I don't know, I don't know. So I gotta read, you know, stay in the know of your inner know and for your own growth, you know. So I appreciate you, like I totally do. Thank you. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, comment, ask me any questions. Maybe I left something out, probably did. Know that I always come back, but if you remind me of it faster, it'll be faster. Other than that, then you leave it for me to rewatch one of these videos, which I will not, because maybe I will, because I'm getting, you know, I love the memes now. Yeah, love is the reason. Each person in your life is there for a reason. The reason always has something to do with love, like me, the universe. I love me, though. Yeah, and I'm a universe. Yeah, so love is key to many things, but it's not everything. So don't get it twisted, because just as much as I love you, I cut you off too. Yeah, because that energetic cord goes snip, snip, snip real quick. I'll be on that hush now, peace be with you type ish, because I don't play that. My treasure is in my hands here. So you can always find prettier, handsomer, skinnier, wiser, richer, younger, zippier, but more often than not, one learns the most, laughs the loudest, and smiles the widest with those they've already found, especially when they stop looking elsewhere. Actually, zippier is on quite a few lists. Tally ho, the universe. Yeah, that applies to many of you, okay? So start appreciating what you got around you too, and stop lingering on to the possibility of, oh my god, if I say yes to this, or if I do this, or if I commit to this, or if I change course here, that means that, oh my goodness, and that can no longer apply. Or what if I make a mistake in my life? Like, sure, you can always find prettier, handsomer, skinnier, wiser, richer, younger, zippier, but more often than not, one learns the most, laughs the loudest, and smiles the widest with those they've already found, especially when they stop looking elsewhere. Actually, zippier is on quite a few lists. Tell you, the universe. Cause you ain't never gonna ever gonna meet someone like me. And I'm saying that in myself, okay, for myself, in love with myself, because it took a long motherfucking time to get to this kind of space of a place that is mine in every kind of way. And I recommend you do the same for yourself, for you stand in your space knowing that there is no one like you. No one can do the things that you do. No one can speak, no one can feel, no one can make others feel the way that you do. No one can turn up like you do. You know? And that's beautiful. That's beautiful, and that's unique, and that's authentic in every kind of way. So make sure you show up in every single page of your mother fudging reign of life. Or let me guess, somebody else is riding your chariot at this time? I think not. I think you need to revise. Everyone is always doing their best. Fine. There are really only two types of people, those you now love and those you will love. Until there's only one type of person, and then we'd probably hit replay. The game of life. The universe. Enjoy your extraordinary uniqueness. Do you know what you've created? No. Besides an intergalactically known saunter named after you? Inspiration in the eyes that have watched you? Hope in the minds that have admired you? and love in the hearts that have known you. But you might ease up on your sachet before someone gets hurt. Not bad, kiddo. Not bad at all. The universe. I love these cards. These are my daughter's cards. I heart you again, okay, my friends? So thank you for tuning in. I guess this was my spirit chat at this time, getting into my runic high of Othala, and it was phenomenal. Quantumly dope. So you know what we'll love to. Anywho, tally ho, the universe. Whoa, 40 minutes. This might be my longest up to date. Well, I don't know. Thank you.